Hello, everybody. I am honored today to be here with my good friend, Tom Gillis, whom I've known for many, many years.
Yeah, too many years, right?
Yeah, we worked together and we're partners in crime at VMware, doing all kinds of things around network and security. He ran that business for us there, did a great job. He was actually I think, before that at Cisco, and now come back to Cisco.
Correct.
And you're the GM of security and infrastructure, is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Great. And that includes all the security products and now all your AI and UCS servers.
All the AI infrastructure, yeah, networking, compute, the whole stack.
Wow, that's fantastic. Well, he's a seasoned veteran. Cisco is a very important partner of us. They're also an investor in us as a company, and we've had a many multi-year partnership. And I'd like just to explore the new dimensions now of what we are doing in AI, because that's obviously the most important thing. And what we've kind of struck into now, because we back up the world and protect the world's data, that a lot of this data now has become a participant to data and AI conversations.
Yeah.
And we've been able to build with NVIDIA this product called Gaia that could run on-prem.
Yes.
And one of the first server vendors we wanted to go to was you.
Yes.
So maybe you can tell us a little bit about the AI servers, you call them AI pods, how that ties to UCS and what all you're doing around that AI infrastructure.
Yeah. Well, first of all, Sanjay, we've enjoyed tremendous success in the AI infrastructure space. AI is just taking off. And this is maybe not obvious, but the networking is actually the hard part. And here's why. If you're familiar with traditional workloads, they're using a CPU, and a CPU is a sequential processor. So it's executing bit by bit by bit. A GPU, which is what powers these AI apps, these are parallel processors. And each GPU has lots and lots of processing elements on it. And furthermore, an AI app will span multiple GPUs. So a lot of these very powerful AI applications, they could be using 10,000, 100,000 little tiny processing elements. Right, so it's these very parallel processors, and it's the network that has to string all that stuff together. So GPU to GPU communication is a real challenge. Now, this is Cisco's
bread and butter is networking.
Bread and butter,
so
right?
You found a way to really make networking great in the context of these AI servers.
Bang. And the thing that we do is we make this kind of special networking that we in the industry we call it a back-end network. It's GPU talking to GPU. We make it the same as your front-end network, which is all the stuff that powers your data center today.
And an AI pod just is an extension of what the former UCS server was, with now a lot more GPU capabilities on it. How should I think about the UCS?
It's got the GPUs, it's got special interface cards, network interface cards, and then it's got this integrated Cisco networking to do the back-end networking so that when your GPUs need to talk to each other, it's going to go smooth as molasses.
So as you know, Cohesity, we secure and protect the world's data. And when we run on-premise, and many of our large customers, we run on UCS servers.
Right.
So adjacent to this, workload that's backing up and protecting data, we can now run a RAG, retrieval augmented generation capability with Gaia, the product we built with NVIDIA, on this AI pod, which is fantastic. Now, you also built around this AI defense and some other security capabilities. Talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so NVIDIA has this notion of what they call an AI factory, which is the whole kit and caboodle you need to run an AI application. It's more than just the GPUs, the networking and all the security stuff. And for AI applications, security really needs to evolve. Because if you think about a traditional application, you click on a link and a bunch of stuff happens and it's very predictable. With an AI-based application, it's now like a chat interface. And you can ask it the same question twice and get slightly different answers. So static rules don't really work there. And so with AI defense, we actually, brace yourself, we use AI to understand and supervise the interaction between the user and your AI app. So AI protecting AI is really the only way that you can understand, is this app being used correctly, or is someone trying to trick it or manipulate it into sharing something it shouldn't be sharing?
Well, we're very excited about that and a lot more to talk about in a future session, because we're very in kind of our notion of resilience everywhere. Also concerned about agents that go rogue, and agents being able to rewind to a previous state. So we'll talk about that in a future session.
We've got much to talk about there.
Because identities are going to be human and
we're
non-human.
working very hard on this,
and that could be a good part. So this is where Cisco, the great infrastructure company that's networking well, now does AI, and also has a very strong security business. You bring this great Cisco together to our customers with Cohesity now that can do both security and AI around data. You get this magic. Okay, so let's talk about the joint partnership. We've had a record year together. The business is on a rise.
Yes.
What do you see special about working with a company? We're much smaller than you guys, but we play an important role, I think, for you.
You really do. Because here's the thing. You and I both know this from our past lives together. Customers want a complete solution. Nobody wants to piece together a data center from lots of little bits and pieces. And so we have scoured the market, and we think Cohesity is really the leader in data protection. And we've been very successful together in the market, bringing this integrated solution to our customers. Now the world is looking at these AI-based applications, and many, many, many customers are running this stuff on-prem because that's where the data lives. I was talking to a big bank just this morning. They have 8 petabytes of data, 7 of which live on-prem. So your apps are going to want to be on-prem.
There you go.
Enter Gaia, right?
So what we've basically done with all of the data, we can draw this picture of iceberg, sits in primary data at the top of the iceberg, and the historical data that's basically all of your history from yesterday to maybe 10 years or whatever your retention requirements sits at our platform. We want to now have AI applications or our own AI agent Gaia be able to tap into that catalog. All of it will be sitting on a Cisco AI pod, as you described it, and then you can ask your question. It could be, typically what we're finding a lot, Tom, is unstructured data is where a lot of this sort of action lies, right? PDFs, hundreds of millions of PDF files. NVIDIA's built a really strong kind of capability in their NIM capability for PDF parsing, a number of us. We leverage all of that stuff. And now you can start asking questions on contract.
Without training, again, on the data.
Totally, because the data is all there.
It's just built in.
Right. And that's why retrieval augmented generation, many of those techniques come to play.
Yes.
So do you see, let's talk a little bit about the future. Where do you see many of these AI, you're in the infrastructure game, we're obviously in the data security game on AI. Where do you see this AI application future going?
Oh, the good news is pretty much everywhere. Let's pick some specific examples. In the security operations center, you are dealing with, a tidal wave of data, way, way, way more than a human can operate on. But if, for example, every one of your incident response write-ups was stored in a PDF and it was backed up on Cohesity, and Gaia could pull that in and understand it.
Absolute use case.
All of a sudden now, these AI agents can be trained and be as smart as your incident responders. These are very highly trained, very skilled professionals. And I don't think the AI is going to replace them, but to be able to augment them and to amplify those skill sets, this is unbelievable.
Amazing.
And with this partnership, it just works.
Great.
Right? I think that's what's so cool about this.
Well, I'm excited. As clearly you can see, Tom's got an enormous amount of passion and knowledge about these areas. We're excited about working with him and the Cisco team. So if you are from Cisco, let me just say thank you. And if you're from Cohesity, get closer to Cisco. They're an incredible company. I've had a tremendous amount of respect for them and for Jeetu and for Chuck Robbins and all of the team at Cisco that did great stuff. We look forward to the joint partnership. Tom, thanks for spending a few minutes with me.
Always a pleasure. Thanks.